It is go time. Time to start the Pirate Cove. I have been procrastinating and pushing this off forever, but today is definitely the day. Now, as you may notice, my pickaxe is not in the greatest of health, and I need to get a lot of materials to terraform the Pirate Cove. You know, the whole basin. And so I need XP big time. So today, before we can even start on the Pirate Cove, first things first, we are going to go to the end and build an enderman XP farm. Here in the end, and well, oh, thank God he's gone. Uh, I have all the materials collected to make this enderman farm, and all I need now is a few ender pearls to spawn an endermite. So, without further ado, I suppose we get to business. Hopefully 9 is enough because this is getting boring. Okay, so the design I'm going to be using today is a design by a YouTuber named Blaze Dude. Um, it seems to be a good farm. It's got 21,000 likes on the video, so opinions are high, it would seem. So I'll leave a link to this down below, assuming I don't forget to. And without further ado, let's run the time lapse and get this thing built. So long story short, basically the time lapse didn't download correctly, and essentially so the files were corrupted, and I have no access to it now. So it's done. I mean, there it is in all its glory, peeking right above my helmet there. I have no time lapse, so I instead threw together a cool little action film. I hope you like it, and roll the film. So with that out of the way, let's get back to the plans for today. Let's get some terraforming done. Let's get this base a moving. So, of course, first things first, let's figure out what we're gonna do and what we're gonna touch up and what we're gonna just completely revamp. So, I love the look of the layered terracotta, but there are a lot of sharp edges. So, first of all, we have to clean up the sharp edges, give it a little more bubbly feeling. That's the stupidest adjective I could have used in that situation. Um, but a lot of this stone and sand, it just looks stupid. So I might get rid of the sand completely. I might wrap terracotta in the place of the stone and leave the sand. I don't know yet. All I know for sure is these big walls of stone are gonna go. I might still leave a bunch of stone down at the bottoms and like maybe blend it into the terracotta in places. But honestly, I think the best plan of action is just completely get rid of all the visible stone and just make terracotta layers like so, and then at the bottom do everything with the red sand that normally generates in the terrain. So, without further ado, let's get some resource gathering done and get on the grind. So, immediately I realized mining without a haste beacon is stupid. I can insta-mine all of this with just one haste beacon. So, I hate to sidetrack. Well, actually, no, I love sidetracking. But, without further ado, gotta get it out of the way sometime. Let's go get our episodely beacon. So, way too many hours later, but I've got basically pretty much more terraforming done than I think I ever wanted to do in my life. Uh, so this took me 3 hour long sessions. Obviously, it's not that crazy. I've spent days in this world, but I don't know. Something about it was just not fun. But then over here, I just kind of tore it apart. I don't want it to look perfect. It doesn't have to look perfect. I don't want it to look huge and blocky. Like there's a couple spots here and maybe even here that are a bit too flat, but it's whatever. I'll get to them when I get to them. I mean, I'll end up covering them up with builds anyways. But basically, I I'm speechless with how well this turned out. Smooth transition, as smooth as I could have possibly imagined. And then I somehow managed to cram together how many hours of work into like 3 minutes. So, I mean, the final result is, in at least the video version, is kind of underwhelming, but I don't know. It had to be done eventually, and I think the time lapses turned out pretty cool. So, next up, we got to make this reasonable. It can't be a pirate cove if pirate ships can't get in. I mean, they can't just magically appear in this little pond. No. So, right around here, I'm going to create a tunnel about 100 blocks that way to connect with an ocean that's right over there. Once I do that, it's game on. I can fill this up with pirate ships and anything you could possibly imagine. So for now, I mean, it's way past my bedtime. So for today's episode, I've got nothing else for you. I mean, I could do. Nope, just kidding. Uh, so if you made it this far in the video, you must have liked it. So consider hitting the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. And with that out of the way, have a great day. See ya.